Hey Cancer, welcome to September and welcome back. So the month of September is heavy. Maybe not as heavy as your season, but definitely more, maybe more petty. Yeah, it's an interesting month. So I'll talk about the astrology as we go. Venus has already moved into Virgo. Okay, that's forcing all of us to really evaluate how we're spending energy, money, all of the above, emotions, time, just how are we spending? So we have the Magician in reverse. Cancer. So astrologically, things are going to be entirely different at the end of the month. So what we use Virgo season, when the sun is in Virgo, what we use this season for is practicing meeting our own needs, right? Because that's where all of our power is. And I see some of us not fully embodying that power. Okay, but the distractions in September can totally derail you. Your goals, a lot of manifestations that you have brewing already can seem to slip through your fingers if you don't have the right approach. Okay, there's definitely a need to balance criticism with what would I say? We have the Death card here, okay? Balance criticism with not so much logic, okay? We need to be able to look at ourselves objectively, okay? And that's just long enough to arrange our emotions in the right centers, because I feel, Cancer, that you know who you are, but you feel something else coming through, and more like a shedding skin type of energy, okay? Like a transmutation, like a transformation. When I say it's really going to affect your money, it's really only if you let it, okay? Let's talk about this full moon coming up, and then I'll get into more like the third week of September, and the last week should be fairly smooth, okay? Not nearly as chaotic as what we're dealing with now. So let's talk about now. Venus has moved into Virgo. Everybody's critical of us. Everybody's critical of each other. Okay, we're not alone in this. If things feel more intense than usual, it's really just that mutable earth. The day before, you might want to take notes because I'm going to bounce around. The day before the Pisces full moon, which is on the 10th, Mercury goes into retrograde. Right before the full moon. We have the Page of Swords and the Knight of Cups in reverse. We can entirely demolish connections that we have. I don't care if it's family, friends, romance, work. We can sabotage with misthought out words. I hope that makes sense. Unplanned pettiness, okay? Arguments are gonna be popping off like from the 15th on until about the 20th. Things are going to just seem crazy. It's not gonna make a lot of sense, and that frustration, that, you know, sharp claw that you keep ready, it can work against you. Especially in situations where you thought were really solid, okay? Things where you thought you were totally safe and maybe took for granted. I don't want to assume you take, you know, your blessings for granted, but sometimes it happens when we get used to a certain comfortability. We can forget where we came from before then, or we can forget how hard we worked to get there and just, you know, take it for granted. The more you try to flow this month, the more you might find yourself skipping, you know, like, how do I put this for you, Cancer? The harder you try this month, the more things might get gooey and icky and messy. So there is a benefit to learning this art of effort. You know, you don't have to. Now is just not the time to move forward so much or expect major progress in any area, really, because there will be 6 planets in retrograde. Everything's really coming to a pause for most of us, okay? I know this is a lot of movement. We were just talking about the moon, the retrograde, and Mercury, and then 6 retrogrades. With this Mercury being in Libra also, things, my baby is laughing if you can hear him. With Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Libra, it can make us really confident in things that we're not fully grounded in, okay? There's a need to go deeper with anything that you're doing. I always say it's better to criticize yourself objectively. You know, don't be harsh towards yourself, none of that. But to criticize oneself is to, I mean, it's sort of responsible. You know, I see it as a responsibility. I mean, we're in charge of the way we react. We're in charge of the way we think. We dictate all of these things, and then, you know, our emotions and our thoughts are just always manifesting. They're always manifesting and bringing more to us of what it is they're generating. And if you're generating from a place where you're not fully yet stable and you're in this transition period, you don't want to mess that up. You don't want to delay it more than it's already delayed by the universe, right? Okay, let's talk more. Your happiness really lies on the other side of Virgo season if you play your cards right, if you make the right moves this month. And that's the trick. It's not a lot of outward moves to make. It's not progress that people can see. And that might trigger you. I see this for you, Cancer, is you really working on yourself in certain ways, either at home or at work. And maybe it's not very visible to those around you. And so when they come criticizing and they come poking holes in you and trying to get you on something, that's the type of energy I don't want you to trip up on, because it's really easy to just say whatever is brewing in your transformation you're undergoing right now. That can come to life very quickly, and it can make people reconsider you in all situations, romantic, career-wise, all of that, even family. I mean, this is a very serious month. It just is. There's a lot of fights. There's a lot of exposing stuff. There's a lot of gunk happening. The 15th. So I don't know if I told you this already, but I'm going to say it again just to reiterate. The 15th through the 20th, go in your shell. Go in your shell, and in your shell, there will be this spark that you could have sworn you knew everything that was in your shell. I mean, it's your intimate, your privacy, your place, your home. But there's a spark in there that was not there before. And it may seem like people are trying to blow out your candle, your little spark that you just found, okay? Just remain private. Just maintain it for yourself right now, that little spark. Let it develop into more of that eternal flame energy. Okay, this is something that's going to fuel you for quite a while. Yes, don't be surprised when people try to come, and they may not know about this, but those of them that do know about your spark, they may be analyzing your spark, saying, oh, that's not a real spark, that's a faux flame, like that's that's not a really a real idea, that's just very, very unprovoked criticism towards things that are very personal towards you. So be careful. Okay, more for Cancer. Don't worry, I have my positive angel cards at the end, okay? I'm going to give you the messages that you need. It's not about positivity or negativity, but during the month of September, it's just so serious. It's so serious, and people are just dicks. So, love-wise, okay. Cancer wants to talk about love. The middle of the month is when you're going to see a lot of relationships breaking down and crumbling apart where there was no stable foundation underneath. This is a blessing. This is an opportunity. One that can easily, like I said in the beginning, slip through your fingers if it's not recognized with trained vision, with trained eyes, okay? You don't necessarily, I'm going to pull more. What's been going on with your relationships for pretty much like this year? I can't remember the exact start date, but your 7th house has Pluto retrograding right now, okay? Especially Cancer risings. And this can bring about very, very different extremes, okay? You can have 2 different extremes. You can have the part where, maybe externally people see the success and the moving forward and they see the stability where they see it. But a lot of what's happening right now is elusive. It's a lot of illusions. Things are being misproportioned and just not, it's not a lot of full-on clarity. Okay, there's a lot of confusion over the next couple weeks, and that's why I'm giving you all of this. So when it comes to love, trust that things are balancing out. If things have been, if you have any legal matters in love, I see you, I say legal matters in love, or perhaps, something from the past. If you have any legal issues that you're facing, if it applies, I see you coming out successful. But again, your words and your demeanor this month are gonna be overanalyzed. So go the extra length to maybe, show that. Oh, Empress. It's a really fertile time, okay? It's you cooking in your like transformative energy. It can feel stressful like really quickly. It can be going really great and then just 9 of Swords out of nowhere. I really see your love and your money tying in. I really see a lot of you perhaps sort of fearing the future, fearing what you need to let go of, fearing the changes that need to occur, that need to happen, but for whatever reason haven't. Cancer, I see you potentially avoiding some things that need to happen, or not giving your soul's purpose, your work situation, your responsibility sectors enough attention. People are pulling you out of that. People are distracting you from your work. Yeah, it could absolutely be a love situation for some of you. Okay, if it doesn't apply, then don't try to make it apply. But this month is going to be very heavy on all of our relationships. Everything's coming to light. Things are balancing out. Okay, and there you are with the Chariot. And the Ace of Cups. So we have the Two of Coins, the Three of Cups, and the Chariot come out. Make sure you're not celebrating before you feel it. And it's not that you have to come to your full manifestation. It's not like, there aren't plenty of reasons to celebrate. It's just if you're celebrating something and, kind of like partying and doing things to maybe lessen your energy at work, or you're coping to make up for another romantic situation, I would suggest you definitely get your money set first. And then you can, do the whole mimosas at the spa type of energy, okay, to relax and recuperate. But the thing is, you're not going to be able to relax and do all of those things. And you know this as well. I'm not really telling you much, but you're not going to be able to do those things if your money isn't right. Like, you can try and do the motions, but it's not going to feel the same. I'm going to pull your angel card. Yeah, I'm totally getting like spa, facial, just like little mini getaway vibes for Cancer. I think it'll serve you well. I think it'll serve your relationships well. I mean, you can go by yourself or with somebody, but I definitely think some extra pampering will put you in the right mindset and better allow your hatching from this cocoon. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but how do you come out of a cocoon? I'm not really sure. Of course you hatch. All right, Cancer. The King of Earth. Generous, professional, responsible, practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas touch. Yes, yes. So this is a big magnetism energy. This is that boss energy of, it might not make sense now, but I know it's all coming around and it's all going to click just the way I need it to. There's no need to panic. There's no need to stress. Just keep your vision where you are manifesting and kind of keep away from people for a little while. Okay, in this last week of the month, it'll be safer to come out and, you know, socialize. And I'm not saying don't socialize all month either. I'm just saying be very careful and be very aware that people are a little more annoying than usual. With a dose of self-love and, you know, do a little routine with the moon, this Pisces moon coming up, some self-love, magnetize yourself to your manifestations, and you won't find yourself running, chasing, or, you know, short selling yourself. Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you, Cancer. If you enjoyed our time here, I would love for you to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can see what's coming next. Interact with me, engage, say something, tell me about yourself. I want to know about my watchers. And yeah, I will see you next time, Cancer.